Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Remember, remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. For I see of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. It has come to my attention that something very wrong and grotesque is going on in our houses, our neighborhoods, our communities, our towns, our cities, our capitals, our states, our countries, actually, make it our world. Our entire world has been consumed in greed and corruption. The 1% of the population now controls 40 or more percent of the wealth. Actually, I'm not entirely sure on that statistic, but I do know that it is terrible and wrong. But, you may ask, what's wrong with that? Well, that's like asking, what's wrong with the tyrants of London banning public assembly and marching? That's like asking, what's wrong with the military seizing and keeping control of the Egyptian government? That's like saying, what's wrong with the police pepper spraying people for peaceably assembling? That's like saying, what's wrong with the 1% buying and selling positions of power in government? You may ask, how the world got this way? Well, some may be more to blame than others, but the root cause of this corruption is, quite frankly, you. The people who stood by and literally watched it happen. It is a lack of effort on the side of freedom and equality. The pushovers of freedom that has let it happen. So if you see nothing wrong with this, go ahead and exit out of this video and go back to your lives of being fed what is right and what is wrong. But if you feel as I feel, and see as I see, and notice that something is terribly wrong with the world, then come, not the rebels of Wall Street, or of Oakland, or of Portland, or of Egypt, or of even Syria. No, today I call upon the human race. Not just one type of people, but all people that cry out for freedom and equality. For this movement will require a worldwide revolution, not an occupation, not a peaceful assembly, but a literal revolution against the regimes that have for so long repressed us. People may argue that peacefully revolting will solve these issues because amendments will be passed and laws be made. But amendments can always be repealed and laws broken. But I am a simple human being just like you, a man that is crying out for the freedom of all mankind. And the way I see it is if there's a 1% chance that this might actually work out, I am inclined to do everything in my power to achieve it. The revolution may require the blood of man, and I anticipate that it will. But at what cost are you willing to pay for the securitization of freedom for all future generations of mankind? It has already been proven time and time again that peaceful means of revolting are far less effective than violent revolutions. So it would seem a prerequisite for this worldwide revolution to be a bit violent. I mean, for God's sake, look at our brothers and sisters out on Wall Street. They're literally sitting down looking up at the can of pepper spray as it's being sprayed in their eyes. Lads, fight back! God. So in conclusion, I call upon my brothers and sisters of mankind, for on November the 5th, 2012, to revolt against the tyrants of this world. It is no coincidence that this is the day before the 2012 United States presidential election. But you may ask, what should we put in place of those tyrants? Well, some would argue communism. Others would argue socialism. Some would even argue a more regulated form of capitalism. But it would seem more logical that not one man or woman or child decide, but for the people to decide. I only hope that this November the 5th, 2012 will be one of the that the tyrants of our worlds will never, ever forget. Thank you for your time, and please spread this video like wildfire. Like I said, if there's a 1% chance this might actually work out and we can securitize every man, woman, and child of future generations' freedom, I think it may be worth it. Goodbye.